Hey everybody, welcome back to my studio and welcome back to my channel. Well, yesterday I did some teaching here at the studio. It went quite late, and if you've never taught before, especially a one-on-one class, it takes a lot out of you. Now, this was an amazing class. The student was amazing. Everything went great and everything, but it takes a lot out of you to talk for 2 hours, giving information, answering questions, and so on and so forth, and keeping the class moving. And usually the way that I, recover from it is I go for a walk. But last night, the winds around here were absolutely insane, and I just did not feel like going out for a walk last night. So I went home and I did a bunch of little things around the house, and I needed something just to be totally mindless. So I went online and I started doing some research for photographers that had ads online. Now, I looked at Facebook Marketplace, and then I went to, in Canada it's called Kijiji. It's about what in the States is Craigslist. And I looked at some people's ads locally and nationally. And it appears to me that people don't think before they post pictures on these sites. And also on other sites like Facebook in general, or on Instagram or on Twitter, that photographers don't take the time to consider how their pictures look. And it's like we as photographers, we put in lots of effort into buying equipment. We put some effort into learning it. I wish people put more effort into learning the equipment. We put some effort into taking good pictures, some more than others. Some put in a lot of effort into taking good pictures. Some put a little bit of effort into taking good pictures. They go back and the photographers edit the pictures. And then when they post them online, they seem to give up in the editing stage and just decide to throw something up online. And some of the stuff I'm seeing online, not just from people trying to sell their services, but from people that are advertising, I shouldn't say advertising, putting up their own nature and wildlife images online to show others. It's almost like we give up and we decide not to finish whatever, the job, the picture, the event, whatever it is, and we just give up and just post whatever. Some of the pictures that I see online, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, wherever, some of them are amazing. Some of them are absolutely knockout. Some of them are fabulous. And then the majority of them are and not from a bad photography point of view, but from a horrible editing point of view. And worse yet are people who put up ads to try to sell their own prints, if they're nature and wildlife photographers, or these people who are trying to market their photography services. And some of the stuff I saw last night was just downright, it was just annoying. It was really annoying to see it. Beautiful picture of a bridal party shot in this rustic, I don't know what it was, whether it was a house or whether it was a hall or whatever. Really well done, really good lighting. And then they're in front of this massive fireplace, and on each side of the fireplace, in the ceiling, is the ugliest light you've ever seen that was not rustic. It almost looked like it was a round fluorescent light spewing out horrible color in the background on both sides of the fireplace above the wedding party, which would have taken seconds to Photoshop out or even to crop the image a little bit differently. An amazing graduation picture for this other photographer. Really well done, really well thought out. Everything about it was just perfect, except for one part of the dress was sitting a little bit weird, and it just did not look good. It really made the graduate, the model, the customer, whoever it was, it made them look really weird. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to get more into saying what it made them look like, but it just was not good. Other wedding pictures, the bride was made to look almost, I'm going to say distorted. The way that they cropped the image, or the way they uncropped or whatever they did to this image. And so much stuff where there was hairs that were out of place. There just a lot of really bad stuff. Some more so than others. Some was so bad that if I would have seen it and I was looking for a photographer, I wouldn't have read anything about their what they wrote. I would have seen this picture or these pictures, because some had multiple pictures up that were really bad, and just moved on. It was that bad. I saw some ads that were from people that were trying to sell their nature and wildlife prints. Same thing. Beautiful picture of a mountain. Really, really, really well done. I mean, amazing. I would like to have it in my gallery. It was perfect, except for on one side, you could see the front or back of a car, and it wasn't part of the picture. It was just like it was there. And all they had to do was crop out just the slightest amount to get rid of that, and it would have looked, that picture would have been a National Geographic award-winning picture. But with the car in it, with as much as they had of the car, it was distracting to the picture. Same thing with some wildlife images from another photographer. Beautiful wildlife images. Again, stuff that I would have loved to have shot. But some had people in the side of the picture. It just looked weird. Again, a crop would have been perfect. Or they could have photoshopped and cloned out the person that was there. It looked like the picture was shot in the middle of the Rocky Mountains that they could have hiked days for. It was just beautiful. And here's this person in the corner of the picture. It was just weird. Other wildlife images where there was a piece of grass that was in the wrong spot, it would have taken 2 seconds to get it out of there. Or the animal had something on their coat that if it would have been cloned out, it would have looked so much better. It looked like it was waste on the coat of this animal, and it would have just taken click, and it would have been a perfect picture. So people, take the extra time after you've taken the pictures to go through them with a really critical eye and look for things that are not suitable to that picture. Whether it's a wedding, a grad, a family picture. Had a whole bunch of family pictures I could go into that were horrendous because it wasn't cropped or something was wrong with the picture. Nature and wildlife, same thing. Take the time. So here's what I recommend. And I've said this before in other videos, but this is specifically to finish the job. Go through, shoot your pictures, upload them to your computer, and do a quick edit. If you want to, clean up a couple of the images that you've chosen, save them to a folder called work or edit or whatever, then leave them. Come back the next day and take a look at them again from a more critical point of view. See if there's anything in your picture that looks out of place, that looks distracting, that it could be improved upon. I'm not saying go in and edit your picture until there's nothing left of your original image. I'm just saying just watch for stuff that's distracting from it. Make sure that there's not a hair out of place. Make sure that there's not something wrong. Make sure that the animal, make sure this, make sure that. Just be more critical of your work and make sure you finish the editing. What I used to do when I was out shooting weddings is I would check out a scene repeatedly before I took the picture, while I was taking the picture, and even after I took the picture. I would check out the brides and I would check out the bridesmaids and the groomsmen and the groom to make sure that their clothes were okay, make sure that there wasn't a smear or something. And a lot of times I would see something after I'd taken pictures and I'd make a note in the back of my mind and say, oh yeah, the bride had a smear from lipstick on her right shoulder. Make sure you edit that out. Or the groom had a mark on his tuxedo on the left side, just above the pocket. Make sure you check that. Make sure it's not showing in the picture. Grads the same way. Oh, shoot, she had acne here, or he had acne, or he had a scar or something that it just didn't look right. I would make a mental note to do it. And I also do that when I'm taking my nature and wildlife images, just to, hey, that person was in the picture, or remember that shadow that was there, or make sure that so people, finish what you're doing. Make notes while you're shooting. Make notes when you're editing. Take time to look through the stuff and make sure we're finishing the job. Make sure we're going that one step further to make them look perfect. If I can ask you to do one other thing, I also ask that if you're watching this video to this point, that you click on the like button, that you also click on the subscribe button for my channel. And if you have subscribed, make sure that your subscribe button is still clicked and go from there. It really helps me. So until next time, get out there and take some pictures, but make sure that you're finishing the job. Make sure that you're making sure that they're edited correctly, and go from there. So we'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.